Haley endures an abusive marriage with Nathan until a violent incident forces her to flee. With her sister's support, she divorces Nathan, who faces professional and personal consequences. Haley rebuilds her life, returning to work and eventually remarrying a kind man. She reflects on her newfound happiness in a healthy relationship, contrasting it with her abusive past.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Drama of Destiny. This story we're about to tell has a shocking twist beyond your imagination. First, let's get started.
Hey, what is this food? It tastes too strong. It tastes bad, so make it again. No way, I seasoned it properly. You're not good at this. You need to learn how to cook. With that, Nathan got up and went back to his room, leaving the food behind. I had no choice but to throw away the remaining dishes. He used to say more flavorful, the better. What the hell is this? I was not convinced, but I cooked again with a lighter flavor. Then, half an hour later, I went back to call Nathan. Dinner's ready. I'm going to bed. I don't need it. What? I went to the trouble of recooking it. I returned to the kitchen, sighed, and put the remade food into Tupperware. I am Haley, a 30-year-old housewife. Nathan and I have been married for almost 2 years now. We met 4 years ago at a blind date thrown by a colleague. Nathan was the son of the president of a certain real estate company and was born rich. On the other hand, I grew up in a rather poor household. My parents divorced when I was in elementary school and my father left, so my mother raised me and my sister Riley by herself. Riley started working right out of high school. You have good grades, so you should go to college. With that being said, she worked hard to pay for my tuition. Thanks to her, I was able to get into college and graduated successfully. And she was able to get a job at a well-known cosmetics company there. I was determined to work hard and help my family financially. I was so excited. But as bad luck would have it, the company I joined was quite a black company. There were no days when I could go home on time, and the hard work beyond my imagination destroyed my mental health and body in my first year with the company. When I was wondering whether I should continue working or change jobs, a colleague who was trying to cheer me up invited me to a blind date. It was there that I met Nathan. Nathan wore glasses and appeared to be calm. He seemed mature, but surprisingly, he approached me aggressively, and we soon started dating. Nathan was not only rich, but also very kind and gentlemanly. I was madly in love with Nathan. But in my heart, I always wondered if I was the right person for him. However, despite the uneasiness, the relationship went well. After 2 years of dating, he proposed and we got married. When I informed my mother and Riley that I was getting married and leaving the company, they were both overjoyed. It's amazing, Haley. I can't believe you're marrying such an astonishing man. I'm so jealous. Now I can finally relax. After entering the workforce, I was always out of shape, which worried my mother and Riley. I was also happy that I could finally reassure them by marrying Nathan. When the marriage was finalized, Nathan bought a new apartment. I was excited and hopeful for a happy married life. I had no idea at the time that I was about to start my hellish days. In the beginning, Nathan was as kind as ever and happily married. However, after about 6 months, Nathan's attitude gradually became colder and colder. He always comes home late at night, looking tired. He always complained, I'm busy, I'm busy. Then one day, out of the blue, he told me that I want to sleep alone and sleep peacefully, and we were separated in our bedrooms. After returning home, he quickly eat dinner, take a bath, and go to sleep. He stays in his room and doesn't come out even on his days off. Sometimes he would talk to me, but all he would do was ask me to buy something from the store. Hey, go buy cigarettes. At first, I wondered if he was under a lot of stress from work, so I tried my best to cook a more elaborate meal than usual, thinking I should give him a break. However, after taking a bite of the dish, Nathan said, "It tastes bad," and threw the dish in the trash right in front of me. I tried massaging his body to make him feel better, but he said, "You're too weak, that's enough." No matter what I did, Nathan was not pleased. Gradually, I began to question, I think he doesn't like me after all. Why did he marry me? But even so, I continued to do my chores desperately, trying to somehow make Nathan like me. Then one day, "Hey, why haven't you done the laundry yet? Sorry, I'm feeling a little under the weather today." Don't be naive. I've been out there working all the time. Do it now. Nathan then kicked the basket of laundry away. Laundry scattered on the floor. What are you doing? Shut up. Hurry up. The next moment, a sharp pain ran through my cheek. The force of it caused me to fall backwards. I didn't know on the spur of the moment what the hell had happened. I'm the one providing for you. All you can do is housework, so don't act like a big shot. Nathan was standing on his knees and looking down at me as I collapsed. I was shocked. I never thought he would put his hands on me. And it's terrible that he thinks all I can do is housework. I broke down crying on the spot. Since then, Nathan became angry and violent when I did not do my chores properly. He also called me a person who could not do anything but housework. Each time, the word divorce came into my mind. But at the same time, however, the sad faces of my mom and Riley also come into my mind. I have made those two people so happy. We cannot easily part ways. That's what I thought. Besides, I am not confident that I will be able to live on my own if I leave Nathan. You don't have to work. I'll take care of you. I remember Nathan's words, which he kindly told me before our marriage. It's as if he's a different person now. My memories of those days were so bright. I want to go back to that day. How did this happen? Was Nathan acting before marriage? I was prepared for the fact that he might be a bit selfish because he was a rich young man, but I never expected him to be a violent person. I couldn't believe it. Did the stress of work make him crazy? I was distressed and asked a colleague who had taken me to a blind date for advice. Then the colleague told me that I should leave immediately. I am sure that is what people would say to anyone who talked to me. However, I still had feelings for Nathan. Maybe he will change his mind again and go back to the old Nathan. That's what I was thinking. Perhaps I was not attractive enough as a wife. I thought I had to improve myself more, so I went on a diet as hard as I could. And I always made sure to wear a good amount of makeup in the house and always tried to look beautiful. In an effort to become a better cook, I bought many cookbooks and started attending cooking classes. Then Nathan's birthday came. I bought a lot of ingredients to prepare a sumptuous meal in high spirits. However, I have been feeling kind of sick lately, and my body doesn't move as well as it should. Is it because I am premenstrual? Still trying to do my best somehow, I started cutting vegetables with a knife. After a while, Nathan came back. Welcome back. I smiled as I spoke to him, but Nathan scoffed and entered the room without saying a word. Today, it's your birthday, right? I'm cooking a feast for you, so just wait and see. Oh, now that you mention it, that's right. Nathan seems to have forgotten his own birthday. He walked into his room, seemingly uninterested. He is as cold as ever. Disappointed by Nathan's attitude, I start cooking again. However, something was still wrong. Instantly, I felt nauseous and dizzy. I was dizzy and managed to walk to the nearest couch. However, I passed out in front of the sofa and collapsed onto it. After a few minutes, I came to my senses and saw the ceiling. Perhaps I had passed out. Oh, next thing I knew, I remembered that I had left the pot on fire. I stand up impatiently. Then Nathan stood in front of me, his face full of anger. Hey you, what are you doing? You left the pot on. I'm sorry. I got dizzy. I felt faint. I didn't notice. The next moment, Nathan's fist flew out. My face is in extreme pain. Ouch. Nathan grabbed my arm as I stumbled around in pain. What were you going to do if there was a fire? Are you still a housewife? Nathan then grabbed my hair. Then he pulled as hard he could. I shouted, "It hurts. Stop. Shut up." Nathan's anger is not subsiding. A nearby cupboard slammed me as hard as it could. I feel a sharp pain in my head. The glass door of the cupboard broke and scattered on the floor. Red blood drips onto the floor. Blood seemed to be pouring out of my head. What should I do? He's going to kill me. I was terrified and pushed Nathan as hard as I could. Nathan was startled and his grip loosened for a moment. I shook off his hand and ran to the front door. Nathan chases after me. Hey, where are you going? I ignored his voice and ran out of the house. I hopped straight into a cab and headed to the nearest hospital in tears. Fortunately, the hospital was able to provide immediate care, even at night. However, the wound on my head was surprisingly deep, requiring as many as 5 stitches. After the treatment was over, I headed immediately to my parents' house on my feet. My mother and Riley were surprised at my sudden return. That would be true. My head was bandaged and my face was covered in bruises. What the hell is going on? What? Did you fall and hurt yourself? I honestly told them everything that had happened. As I talked, Mom and Riley's complexion turned pale. I didn't expect such a kind man. I can't believe he violated Haley. I can never forgive him. The feisty Riley's voice was shaking with anger. Then my cell phone rang. It's Nathan. Oh my God, it's Nathan. I'll get it, Riley said and held out her hand. I hand Riley my phone. Riley received the phone and immediately answered it. Yes, this is her older sister, Riley. Riley then switched to speakerphone and put the phone on the desk. Oh, Riley? It's been a while. It's Nathan. Nathan seemed a little upset because Riley suddenly answered the phone. Is Haley back at your parents' house? He asked fearfully. Yes, she is back home. Hey, can she take over for a second? No, I won't hand her the phone. Haley doesn't seem to want to talk to you, Riley replied crisply in a cold voice. Nathan seemed a little impatient. Haley, when will you be coming back home? I won't let her leave. She's not going anywhere where there's people like you. What the hell are you doing to my sister? You criminal. Riley finally got to the heart of the matter. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play dumb with me. I've heard all about it. You were violent with Haley, weren't you? What? No, that's not. We have proof. Haley had it all on tape and on video. What? Nathan was surprised, and then he fell silent. I guess he didn't expect me to do that. I was violated several times by Nathan, and when I thought about divorce, I can't do it now, but one day when I really can't take it anymore, I'll divorce him. With this in mind, I set up hidden cameras and recording equipment in the room to preserve evidence of the violence. The video and audio recordings of Nathan's raging and cursing are perfectly preserved. I'm going to ask you to divorce her. I'll make sure you pay alimony. No, wait a minute. That was my own way of expressing affection, LOL. Huh? An expression of love. Riley was surprised and then snapped at these incomprehensible words. I can't believe he would try to cover it up with a smile in a situation like this. I was taken aback by Nathan. Riley yells again. Don't be silly. How can hitting someone be an expression of love? Are you crazy? Anyway, no matter what, I want you to get divorced. I'll hire a lawyer. Nathan then counted in a calm voice. If we get divorced, she'll be the one in trouble. Oh, you are poor over there, so life must be tough, right? If I leave Haley, how will you support her? How rude. Riley was shaking with anger. Poor? Don't make fun of me. I work more than anyone else and make enough money, Riley said and hangs up the phone. Then she sighed and looked at me with a sad expression. You married a terrible man. But the fact is that Nathan was actually helping me financially. Even if we get divorced and I go back here at our parents' house, it will still cause trouble for Mom and Riley. Riley said she makes enough money, but I doubt she has enough to support me. Then Riley smiled and said this. I'm totally fine. I recently got in touch with my ex-husband, whom I had lost touch with for a long time. He told me that he has a successful business and is now a rich man. We met the other day and talked, and we decided to remarry. What? Really? Yes. Plus, I recently got a promotion and a little pay raise. I didn't know that. Congratulations. So don't worry about the money anymore. Divorce that man right now. Thank you, Riley. I cried and hugged Riley's chest. Riley gently continued to stroke my head. Since I was a little girl, I had always been encouraged by Riley in this way, which made me feel nostalgic and relieved. And so Nathan and I decided to get divorced. With a lot of help from Riley, we went to court and got the alimony paid. When Riley's husband Tyler heard the name of Nathan's company from Riley, he was very surprised. Somehow, by some fateful coincidence, Tyler was apparently doing important business with Nathan's company. When Tyler told the story to someone at Nathan's company, rumors quickly spread that Nathan had engaged in domestic violence. Originally, it seemed that he could not work at all just because he was the president's son, and Nathan's reputation within the company was even worse. Finally, he found it difficult to go to work and resigned. Nathan said he asked his father for a loan to start a business, but instead of a loan, he disowned him. The family was very upset because Riley had contacted Nathan's parents and informed them of the divorce. And Nathan finally became depressed and is now throwing away all his assets and living frugally on his savings. I, on the other hand, have been feeling better and better since I left Nathan. I decided to return to work because I felt that I could not depend on Riley and her husband forever. My previous job was too hard and not right for me, so I decided to change to an office job. Then the clerical position seemed to be a good fit, and I quickly became accustomed to the work. Then, when I was getting used to the job, I was introduced to an acquaintance of Tyler's and we started dating. He was very kind and we were compatible. But when it came to marriage, I was so traumatized by Nathan that I could hardly think about it. But after he proposed to me several times, and after I spent some time living with him for a while, despite my hesitation, I came to believe that he was the one, and we were happily married again. Unlike Nathan, my current husband is very kind and I am happy in my second marriage. It's scary to think what would have happened if I had continued to put up with it while I was married to Nathan. Today, my husband and I went shopping and then cooked dinner together. Unlike Nathan, he loves to cook, so we have a lot of fun cooking together. The two of us serve the food together and place it on the table. Then, we eat with smiles and conversation. This is what marriage is supposed to be about. How is it? Is it good? It's so delicious. I chewed on the taste of happiness, thankful for the miracle of meeting my now husband.
Thank you for watching the video until the end. If you enjoyed the story, please give it a like. If you're interested in other stories, please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.